Well, I'm standing here with Michael Uten. He's the owner of All-in-One Home Inspections. He's my personal home inspector, one that I always recommend to my clients. He did my house, and he's done several other houses for me. Always been happy. Well, Mike, how'd you get into home inspecting?
I started about 3 years ago. I was fixing to retire from the Navy Reserves, and I decided to do something on my days off. And also, at the time, I was working at Michelin Tire, and on my days off, I decided to do inspections. It came to a point where I was really getting involved with the home inspection industry, and I decided to do it full time. So now I pursue the home inspection industry on a full time basis, and I enjoy looking at houses, dealing with people, and finding issues and getting them repaired, and just having people out in general. I think it's a great thing.
Now, of course, you've taken all the required courses to be a legal home inspector in the state of South Carolina,
right.
But you've gone beyond that. You're a member of an organization called NACHI, am I correct?
That's correct.
And can you tell me just a little bit about NACHI and what that means to your industry?
NACHI is it's an organization built for home inspectors, and the guy that owns it, Nick Goromaki, is from Colorado. He's a prior home inspector, and as far as his website, it's got a video series. You can go there and download different videos. You got all different courses you can take for your for up to date. I get home inspection courses you can take for electrical, structural, plumbing. Let's see what else. They got the greenhouse effect. Now you can look at that. You got log cabin.
So just pretty much a little bit of everything to make yourself the best that you can be for your clients.
A home inspector is taking everything on a house and looking at it. As far as condensed time, in about 3 or 4 hours, sometimes a little longer. And my case in point, I like to take my time and do a good job. I don't want to go and get rushed.
Exactly, and I can attest to that fact. Many times I've asked you to hurry up or don't be so picky, and you always say, Hunter, I got to be objective about this, and that's true.
Right.
Well, good deal. Also, you've bought homes, you've lived in homes, you've sold homes, so you're very familiar with housing, and obviously being a home inspector, you are. What's some of the biggest things that we're seeing these days that are coming back on home inspection reports that the average buyer before selling can fix, such as polybutylene piping?
Big thing I've seen here lately is polybutylene piping. That's been a big stickler. Technically, a home inspector, from what I understand, our viewpoint is going in and say that you recognize you saw it. But I like to go a little further and say, okay, you have this problem with polybutylene. It's not a problem, I guess if and when it's going to mess up. It's the case is when it's going to mess up, and the time frame is about 12 years. Also, we got a lot of things with termites being in the South. People ask me if I, as far as doing a termite inspection, I say, I'm not qualified.
You do home inspections, and that's it.
And occasionally I'll miss a termite problem, but I try to look at that when I'm on it.
That's why everybody should get a separate CL100, also an HVAC letter, if they desire one.
Correct.
Now, being a home inspector, you do see a lot of things, but you don't repair work that you do on your own houses that you inspect.
That's right.
So you're, fully, you look at both sides of the picture. You don't lean towards the seller, towards the buyer. You tell them, you give them an observant approach that tells them
opinion about what you see, and don't take sides, and don't take any kind of, payouts from whoever, because that's.
So you're saying I can't bribe you?
Can't bribe me. Technically, I'm for taking a house, and I'm looking through my eyes and finding the problems, or whatever, for the person buying the house, or for the person selling the house, put it on the market, they want to find the problems ahead of time. So, I'm gonna work for that particular person that's, that hired me to, work for them, and I want to look at a house in my, eyes and find the issues, and then we'll go from there.
Now, one thing to remember is the average price for a home inspection in Columbia, South Carolina will run you $300 to $500.
Correct.
Now, I find that you're very, very reasonable. I've had you, you're too reasonable, exactly. I've told you that you need to raise your rates before. I've seen you do houses that should be $300 for $150, $180.
That's right.
Now, I understand everybody's got to go up sometime, but as far as everybody's concerned, you are very reasonable on your prices.
Not too reasonable.
And you don't just give the Walmart approach. While the people are $300 are spending 20, 30 minutes at a house just checking one outlet per room, I've seen you check every single outlet.
If you can get to it when I check all of them, a little extra effort, check all your windows, the case in point I see, when you don't check something, it's going to come back, well, this window doesn't open, well, technically I'm only supposed to check one window per room. But I'll try and check all of them, you know, if I can access it.
If you can get to it. Now, if it's inaccessible, we of course understand that you are legally not allowed to get to it. But if it's accessible, you check it.
That's right.
Well, good deal. Well, Mike, hopefully we'll have more videos coming from you soon. I do greatly appreciate the opportunity to interview you.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.